Well, you're welcome back. We did promise you that when we return, we will still be talking with Dr. Chukwuma Okoli on another issue. And this issue now is the fact that some bureau de change are being raided by EFCC and some other authorities. And we're just trying to get from Dr. Okoli if this is the right way to go, or the problem that is making them to raid the bureau de change, what else, what should they do instead of going to raid them, or if this is the right way to go. Dr. Okoli, welcome back.
Okay, while we're waiting.
I hope he's not being raided.
While we're waiting to be joined again by Dr. Okoli, actually this raid did not happen in just one place. It happened in Kano, it happened in Abuja, it happened in Lagos. And I don't know, I'm not an economist. It doesn't make sense to me because I don't understand it. These people are doing legit business, I want to believe. So why are you raiding their premises? Dr. Okoli is with us now. Dr. Okoli, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm with you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay, we were asking, because of the fact that people now, because of the redesigning of the Naira, that's the excuse, a lot of people are now resorting to going to bureau de change to convert their Naira into dollar instead of taking it back to the bank, which is the initial reason why the redesigning is coming up. But now the authorities are going to these BDCs to raid them, arrest some people, and so on. Our question is that the right way to go? If you want to tackle the problem from the roots, where do we start from?
Okay, first, I want to let's kind of give some applause to the EFCC, at least for trying to do some work. But then from the report, you would see that not all those who are raided are illicit or illegal BDC operators. So we are legal, some were illegal, some are illegal. And then thereafter, a meeting was held. I think that the EFCC is engaging the Bureau de Change and then even the banks. I think that the goal of the EFCC is to preempt attempt of a person suspected to have, to have been keeping illicit cash, to swap them. But I'm not sure. I think that this is a short-term approach, and then it will not address, the problem or help in actualizing the objective of the CBN to reduce hoarding of currency. Remember, the CBN governor, in trying to, when he was coming up announcing the plan, said that 80% of the Naira, 80% of the Naira are outside the bank vaults, and that there was need, that's about 2.
Dr. Okoli, are you there? Okay, I think the network is interfering again, but while we wait for him to join us, part of the reason that the EFCC gave for raiding these people was because they were trying to bring a balance to the price of foreign exchange. And my question is, how did we get to the point where people outside the authorities of the financial institution in Nigeria, the banks, how did we get to the point where it is these people that are now, calling shots, causing changes, and, excuse me, influencing the price of foreign exchange in the foreign exchange market?
Let me just give you two scenarios. You go to the park, you want to take a bus. It is the Agberos that will determine what price it should be. if a place,
okay, that makes perfect sense.
Yes, so you see how the authorities now give this kind of power to the people that shouldn't have the power. You go to a filling station in the night, like 2 a.m., you will see the filling station owners selling fuel to the people, the so-called black marketers, at a price. And then when the black marketers come and sell, there's some returns to them.
All right.
Also, you have the banks now giving money to the BDCs, and then you're coming to arrest the BDCs. What about the people who supply the money at all to these BDCs?
All right, we have Dr. Okoli. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, so this conversation stemmed off from part of the reasons that the EFCC gave for raiding these places. They said they are trying to normalize the price of FX in the financial markets. My question then is, excuse me, how did we get to the point where these individuals who are outside the authorities of the financial institution in Nigeria, how did we get to the point where they are now the determining factors of the people that determine the price of, you know, foreign exchange? What went wrong?
Now, the point is that, you know, it is not by actually reading the Bureau de Change that you can, you know, reduce the constant, you know, fall of Naira, you know, the devaluation of Naira. And then how did we go wrong? You would notice that, you know, at the official rate is, I think, 400 and something Naira. You know, in the black market, as we call it, you know, you would notice that, you know, you today buy dollar at about 820 to 850 Naira. Now, the informal system and weak regulation, you know, creates gap that are exploited by, you know, much of these BDCs. For instance, you know, while some who are doing legitimate trade and who require, you know, through what we call the Form M, go to the bank and they're unable to get. It is not clear to us, and we, you know, so that we don't say what we do not have evidence. It is not clear to us how much of this, BDC owners, you know, get this money in excess. So you want $10,000, and then you go to the bank, and then you are filling Form M, and you are waiting for weeks, and thereafter the bank could tell you that they can only give you $5,000. But if, you know, at 400 Naira, so but you go to the BDC, if you have 800 and something Naira, the BDC man can give you as much as $20,000. What it means is that, you know, in the system, there are people that are exploiting the system through a process that we call the round tripping. You know, so they simply go to the, because, you know, we must understand the political system, you know, we operate in this country, which we call the prebenda political system. You know, we have people that are in high places, you know, can, you know, circumvent a lot of regulations and get their way. So some of these people can go to the institutions, get this dollar at 400 and something Naira. And, you know, within an hour, you have gotten $10,000 at 400 and something Naira, and you are able to sell it at over 800 and something Naira. That's so much profit. And that is why, you know, major stakeholders have been telling, you know, the CBN to allow for a kind of single window where, you know, but the amount at the BDC and what we have at the CBN, you know, is, you know, the same, so that we can allow the market to
Dr.
actually
Okoli,
drive. So what do you think? Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Are you with me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear you. I'm so sorry we have to cut you short right now because for the want of time. But we're going to keep having this conversation because it's going to be like a series because there's a lot of conversation around this topic. But we really, really want to thank you so much for coming on the run-up today. We really appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Okay, that was Dr. Chukwuma Okoli, a political economist, because according to him, there's a slight distinction between political economists and just an economist. So he was talking to us on that, and we wish that we had more time, but we didn't have much time. Tomorrow we'll return again with another edition of the Run-Up. Until then, stay safe, stay good, stay patriotic. My name is Nyamgul Agaji.
And I am Uchechukwu Onodu. Stay watching Plus TV.